welcome everybody. It's the Association presented by Caesars Sportsbook. I'm Stephen Nelson alongside Robin Lopez and Darren Collison as they got a former baby bear and a former big tree. We're reminiscing about the old Pac-12 RIP days as we look ahead, fellas, to this year's NBA Finals, which get going in about a day. 24 hours we count down. Rolo, where are you at right now emotionally as we get ready for the ultimate series to decide it all?
I'm at the point where I'm rooting for coaches. You know? That's how it's going for me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, for those who don't know, Mitch Johnson and Rolo go back to Palo Alto, Stanford Cardinal there. Yeah. So just in case, DC.
Well, I'm on the other side. I'm rooting for the players. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to see the guys have a good game on the court, so let's leave it at that.
So we got the two teams left standing, the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio, where Media Day took place today. Our own Chris Haynes is down there. DeAndre Jordan is down there for us. We got a lot of one-on-one interviews, a sit-down with DJ as well. That's still to come on the show. But right now, we're going to get it to the alien himself, Victor Wembanyama, meeting with the media.
Falling in love with basketball happened really early on in my life. I mean, I have pictures of myself with a basketball at an age where I wasn't even old enough to have memories. And Larry O'Brien, I don't remember. It really goes too far back. Basketball's really been there for so long for me. But I guess all kids love trophies and medals.
Mike, over here on the right side.
Victor, you saw the 5 banners the first time you walked in here. I know you have a connection to Pop, to Tim, to all the guys from the past, but how do you kind of thread the needle between connecting to that and wanting to start something new with you and your young teammates?
It's an interesting question. We're really being put in the best settings to do that. So it's not really an effort I have to make because they're all these guys that you mentioned. I mean, it's like they're carrying us, you know, and they're guiding us in the right direction.
Maxime, over on the left.
Maxime Aubin pour l'équipe. Bonjour Victor. Est-ce que à ce stade de la saison, après tout ce que vous avez vécu là en play-off et la difficulté physique, est-ce que tu penses que l'excitation peut suffire à te porter physiquement et à vous porter physiquement? Ou est-ce que tu sens qu'à ce moment de la saison, justement, ça commence à puiser profondément dans les réserves?
Effectivement, c'était une série difficile, mais je touche du bois, pas de bobo et j'espère que ça continuera. Mais à ce stade-là, je me sens comme si je pouvais faire cette série et une d'après.
Third row towards the center.
Vic, how's it going? Christian Winfield, New York Daily News. You guys played the Knicks 3 times this year, including in the NBA Cup Final. I'm just wondering what you think about the matchup going into this NBA Final series against them.
It's a great team, you know. It's a great team of experienced guys who are not here by chance, but by relentless effort over the years, and very different career paths for all of them. So they're right where they're supposed to be, in my opinion. And all of them are going to be super hungry in their own way.
On your left, Jared.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic, on your left. Victor, this is going to be a gigantic audience that you're playing in front of. How do you feel about the fact that a lot of the world, the basketball world, even the general world, is going to be watching the series? And how does that spotlight motivate you? And how do you feel comfortable in that spotlight?
Doesn't motivate me. At the end of the day, only 20,000 people fit in the arena, so it doesn't really make a difference.
On your left, Tim.
Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press. Victor, going back to the other night, I'm curious, one, did you get the chance to have your conversation with Pop? And two, you guys, there was so much emotion after the game. What was the process like for you of coming down off all that, recentering and getting locked in on this?
So for the first question, yes, of course I saw Pop right away when we landed. And the emotion was really something I haven't felt in a while. I don't even know since when. And coming back down from this is a challenge, and it's not done yet. We still need to really come back down to earth and realize that we haven't done the hardest yet. The job isn't done at all. So we still got about, I don't know, what time is it? Like 30 plus hours to recenter. I would say linking those things to directly the NBA Finals would be a shortcut, but it's details are the difference makers. That's what I would say, and it is more important on an individual's career because it's from eating the right stuff at the right time to reaching the NBA Finals. There's many, many steps in between.
Over here, Tim in the back right.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. You've had unique involvement and a unique vision for the Jackals. What do you think of the way that that group has brought your vision to life?
With tremendous effort and results. They dominated the away court on the Game 7. And I've known for years that the Spurs community had this strength in them. And now to finally see it being channeled into something organized and efficient and effective, it's a great joy.
Whoever wins, Wemby and the Spurs, Brunson and the Knicks, it'll be a new champion for an 8th consecutive year in the NBA. In fact, no champion has even returned to the finals since the Warriors in 2018 and 19. So a new crown, same story, parity in the association. But listening to Victor Wembanyama there, I guess first things first, Rolo, can you quickly summarize the French portion?
Would you like me to? Yeah, of course I can.
Cliff notes would be great.
The reporter was asking about the grind that the playoffs are, and I actually heard in Wemby's answer he referenced Jean-Paul Sartre, no exit. Okay. You know, in his philosophy in that book, how they're stuck.
We're very well read. DC and I were just talking about it before the show.
You know, what I found fascinating is the way Wemby also brought it back to the media, especially Hollywood, and his propensity to, dabble in sequels. And he actually referenced Home Alone in a really poignant way, particularly Home Alone 2.
Yo, hilarious.
Come on. The thing is, DC, we can't fact check any of that.
We can't.
We have no idea. But what we can do right now is kind of look back, not at that particular soundbite, Rolo, but the last year. And really, you could trace it back however far you want for Victor Wembanyama, whether it's, the FIBA U19 World Cup and how that defeat had propelled him for the Olympics, falling short in Paris, how that has provided a springboard for him to now dominate this year and the league the way he has. It's really something to behold. Was this on your radar entering this particular season, or did you feel like it was a year, maybe a couple years off?
Honestly, no. It wasn't. It wasn't. Especially early in the season, I was one of those people that was saying it feels a little early for them. They need a little more experience, a little more youth. And that was something that head coach Mitch Johnson, I think, acknowledged after Game 7 when they were still on the floor. He mentioned that the press had been calling the team a lot of things, athletic, hungry, but they never used the word experience. And that's something that was keenly in their minds.
Well, there's tons of experience within the San Antonio organization, right, DC? And it's hard not to see the parallels between the last generation of great Spurs teams and this generation of potentially the next great Spurs core. For Tim Duncan, he won his first championship at 23. Victor Wembanyama is 22. And so he has that chance right here and right now to really stamp this is the next generation, next era of Spurs basketball.
Yeah, and he has said plenty of times that he feels that he's blessed to be part of an organization where guys like Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Greg Popovich are inviting him to learn as much as he can, and he's being a sponge. He understands that, not many players get thrust into a situation like this. Yeah. This is a blessing to be part of an organization that has so much aura and history behind it. Like you said, Tim Duncan winning at 23. And who else not to learn from other than one of the best big men in Tim Duncan?
I do think it's a beautiful kind of background piece to this finals that both organizations, they have alumni, past players who are not just there, but they feel like part of the fabric, even still to this day. You know they don't just come back like to make an appearance, you know, kiss babies and shake hands. Like the Knicks alumni are going nuts along the sidelines of the Garden. The Spurs, all of them are still part of the organization. They're still in practices and kind of imparting their wisdom and experience on the current guys. I think that's a really beautiful thing for basketball with this final.
I think it's you know, obviously it's really cool with the Knicks. You got Bernard King there, Walt Frazier's doing the games. You obviously Allen Houston, John Starks at the games.
Yeah.
But with the Spurs, it's something special because you have a consistency that other franchises simply don't have at this point.
Yeah.
You have, you know, the same base. You have Pop's been there since the 90s. Timothy's been there since the 90s. David Robinson. And there hasn't been too much turnover in that regard.
Yeah.
Even Mitch Johnson is somebody that was kind of handpicked, and he coached under Greg Popovich himself. You know, perhaps the Miami Heat is something similar in that regard.
Right. Yeah, Heat culture. With Wemby, you know, as he gets ready for his first taste of the finals, like for maybe it's a New York Knicks fan or somebody who like just has not paid as much attention to Wemby, which is hard to ignore him throughout this year. How is he able to disrupt a game plan on both ends of the floor, DC?
Well, listen, I think Wemby might be the first player where he can score 0 points and still have a drastic impact on the game. I mean, defensively, he just clogs up the paint. He's taking on that responsibility. If you notice, a lot of times when the guards get to the paint, he's telling the guards that are guarding these guards to rotate out to the perimeter. I'll cover the paint. And that says a lot for a big in his maturity to say, you know, I'm going to communicate. I'm going to be the quarterback in the back behind you guys, and I'm willing to protect the paint as much as I can. And then offensively, I mean, he's just a versatile player. He can do everything on the court, from shooting the three, mid-range, getting to the post, getting to the rim. I mean, he can do a lot of good things, but defensively is where I feel like he causes the most disruption on the game.
Yeah, we really haven't seen a player like him where he can affect the game so potently on both ends of the floor. You know, you kind of think maybe, you know, Giannis, but Wemby almost takes it to another level, especially on defense.
And look, his nickname is the Alien. We look at him as such, but he is still human. We do have to remind ourselves of that. And nobody can empathize totally what he goes through physically and emotionally. You're the closest one who can do it on this set physically. What it's like to be that big of a human and to play as much as he is, and to see the physicality, the determination that he's playing with Rolo. The minutes have gone up considerably in the postseason. As the stakes have gone up, his minutes per game have climbed as well. How taxing do you feel like it is on, even though he's just 22? Like, as you watch the games, how do you feel he is faring?
It's incredibly taxing. I think he's doing a very great job of handling it. We saw in the, I flash back to Game 7 in the fourth quarter when he went out for like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and Luke Cornett was spotting him. And Luke did an incredible job. But that's the kind of thing he's dealing with. He's going into big games where it's all on the line, and he's getting sporadic breaths here and there. And I think what impresses me the most about it, it's the way that teams are guarding him now. When you got Isaiah Hardenstein on him, and they know that if he has a weakness, it's physicality. It's trying to meet him early, outmuscle him, beat him up, kind of give him to waver in his focus.
Right.
So the fact that he's playing more minutes in these playoffs and the game plan based around him, that's, I think, what's particularly impressive about the way he's playing.
And he's doing it as a number one option, like you mentioned, right? It's one thing if you're the number 2 or the number 3, but for a 22-year-old to be the number 1 option when the game plan is geared towards to stop you, and he keeps delivering night in and night out, that's, to me, is impressive as well.
Oh, my God.
So how would you, if you're on the New York side of things, obviously former Knick and iHeart just gave him a little taste in the Western Conference Final playing for Oklahoma City, but how do you try to attack him, knowing that you don't want to get your bigs in Karl Anthony Towns? You know, we've seen him get into foul trouble before, and that's something. I think that's something we'll all be watching in this series, their ability to stay out of foul trouble on both sides. So how would you start the series? Of course, it could evolve over the 7.
Right. I think it's big time that Mitchell Robinson will be playing, even if he's hampered with the broken pinky on his right hand. Having that body to throw at him, a big physical guy. And then I think even like guys like OG, somebody who, you know, he's smaller, but he has a wide base, big shoulders. He can kind of muscle him around a little bit. Guys like that.
Yeah, and he seemed to have the assignment the most in their 3 meetings during the regular season. If you look at the odds boards going into this finals, the Spurs are favored.
Yeah.
DC, is that a surprise to you? Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, right? Because Spurs is coming off a series that many people felt that OKC wasn't going to lose, right? And they just beat the defending champs. And when you beat the defending champs, you have every right to feel that you're the favorite going into next series. I think for the Knicks, I mean, they're playing at a high level right now. They start clicking at the right time. But besides the starting lineup after that, you wonder, okay, who's going to be the guy step up for them off the bench? Is it going to be Landry Shamet? Is it going to be Deuce McBride? But one thing about the Spurs, we know they have KJ Johnson. We know they have Dylan Harper, guys that can impact the game even off the bench. So the Spurs have a little bit of depth along with their youthfulness, and I think that's what separates them a little bit.
Yeah. I also favor the Spurs. I think a big question mark, how healthy will the Spurs continue to be? I know Dylan Harper early on in the series was a little hampered. De'Aaron Fox isn't the same player he was during the regular season. So between that and I know it's, kind of they've outperformed this knock throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the youth, it's different. These are the finals. I think the Knicks are going to be ready for them. So if it's injuries and a little bit of youth, I could see things shifting a little bit.
I don't have a problem with the Spurs being favored. I totally get it. When you have Victor Wembanyama and you just beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, like you said, they've earned that right. I do get the sense, though, that the Knicks, in a way, are being overlooked. Maybe not by folks within the game. Maybe I know you guys have a total appreciation for what they've done, this dominant 11-game winning streak they've had in the postseason, the fact that they are experienced. But it just doesn't feel like they're getting their due at this point.
I think part of the reason, too, is that their brand of basketball may not be as exciting to some people. But if you're a real basketball fan, you can appreciate how Knicks win games. They do it collectively as a group. Like I mentioned the other day, it's not about Jalen Brunson. Karl-Anthony Towns is doing a lot of the playmaking from the high post area, and everybody's getting involved with back screens and cuts. But when you look at Wemby, of course, he's a 7'5" guy that can do everything on the court, and he can be a little bit more entertaining to watch. But from a basketball fan, I think this is going to be a heck of a series by both teams. I think both teams are deserving to be in the finals, and I'm rooting for a good matchup.
I kind of get it, because I remember Game 1 against OKC after the Spurs won that one. Everybody in the world kind of got caught up on the hype, and they were like, oh, the Spurs got this one. It's over. Yeah. It's done with. And we did see that one go the distance, but I understand it.
Yeah, no, I got you. So we're talking about the Knicks, who, again, have won 11 straight games, the most dominant 11-game stretch the NBA has ever seen, regular or postseason, and they're going to be well rested heading into the NBA Finals. They were put to work on Media Day, though, so let's listen to what the Knicks have had to say.
I think before the national anthem of every game, I kind of take a couple seconds and embrace the situation God had put me in. I'm blessed to go out here and play a game. In the big picture, this is a game I get to do since I was a little kid having fun with. So it's a blessing I think about, every single game. And it's cool. It's fun to be a Knick.
There's been a lot of noise on the outside that we could obviously talk about, complain about, do something about, but we've always just went back into the gym, worked on our game individually, and then when it came to practice, we were focused. When it came to games, we kept getting better and better. And so I think our mentality is in the right place at the right time, and we just got to stay focused and keep learning. Even today, we can't be satisfied just because we're here. We got to continue to keep learning.
I know you're locked in, just trying to win this thing. I just wonder, when you walk around, you see that logo that says the finals, and you're in the finals, what that means to you.
It means a lot, because from my career, I've only been able to see that finals logo on TV. So it means a lot to be the person that sees the logo on their jersey and has this opportunity. So the word grateful is all I could say. I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the team I have here and the brothers I have, and honored to be wearing this jersey.
I love that perspective from Karl Anthony Towns answering a question from the great David Aldridge. And that is perspective. It's like, this is a series that everybody grew up watching, right? And you see the final script on television, and now he's going to be running across the Larry O'Brien trophy at center court and the final script on the court. Like, I think that's a really cool thing. So the Knicks, if they win one more game, they would tie the second longest postseason winning streak of all time, held by the Spurs, who won 12 in a row in 1999. A huge part, the tip of the sword, you would probably say, for the New York Knicks is Jalen Brunson. Yep. DC, how has he elevated and evolved his game this postseason compared to past postseasons?
I think he's one of the most improved players in terms of, having to be the #1 option and having to change his game from the simple standpoint of getting others involved. Jalen Brunson, it wasn't that he never wanted to get others involved. It's that I think he's put in more of a certain effort to do that, because it takes a lot of onus off of him to do so much. And you can tell, he's giving you 27 points off the 50% shooting, but what I love, he's getting nearly 7 assists a game throughout the postseason. Last year, I felt like it was all about him in the offense. This year, I think he's kind of taking a step back, letting Karl Anthony Towns be a playmaker, so to speak, letting other guys handle the ball like Josh Hart. And then he comes back and, when it's 7 seconds down to the shot clock, he may come back and go to his ISO, but he's not putting a lot of pressure on himself, which is very smart on him. And this is why a lot of the small guards are rooting for him to get it done this year.
Rollo, we started the show talking about Wemby because he is the lightning rod for the sport right now. But for all the Spurs fans, every Spurs fan is saying, we got Wemby. You got a Knicks fan saying, we got Jalen Brunson. And if you look at the postseason going back to 2021, Brunson has the most fourth quarter points than anybody in the league. Having a closer like that, how does that tip the scales for New York?
Oh, that's somebody that's been there before. He's comfortable with the ball in his hands at that time and getting the job done. And like DC said, when you're that size, what's 4 more inches? He's been playing against bigger guys his entire life. But to get back to DC's point, I love that he's getting everybody else involved. When you have guys like Josh Hart out there, Jordan Clarkson, and you're getting them involved, you're getting them more confident as the game progresses. That makes everything more dangerous for you, because everybody on the defensive end of the floor, they have to pay attention to the other 4 guys on the floor now. And so when it does come time for him to get to those clutch points, those clutch times in the clock, it's going to be way easier for him, because now they have to worry, is he going to, is he going to go get this bucket, or is he going to go kick it? Kick it to the open man,
Yeah, DC, another thing you brought up, I think we should go back to, is Cat's evolution as well, and how Brunson is encouraging that in his role as a facilitator. How is that opening up the offense for New York, and do you feel like you can maintain that in this matchup against San Antonio?
For sure. I think in Cat's earlier days, and Robbie can attest to this at Minnesota, when he got the ball at the high post in the mid-post area, you knew he was trying to score. Now it just seems like he's very comfortable in his own skin, and he's able to make plays for others. 17 points is not a lot for Cat, but 6 assists along with those 17 points is a huge impact on the game, right? And so for Karl Anthony Towns, if he's continuing to make plays like that, I think him and Jalen Brunson are going to be just fine throughout the series. Because, again, when Karl Anthony Towns making plays, it alleviates pressure for Jalen Brunson. When Jalen Brunson's making plays for him, it alleviates pressure off of Karl Anthony Towns. But they got a good 1-2 punch going. But more impressively, Karl Anthony Towns making plays definitely helps the offense out.
Yeah, especially if he can be the one to drag Wemby out to the 3.
Right.
I think that'll be very helpful, because they'll be able to make those passes, and with the big guy out away from the rim, they can take advantage of that.
And it seems like Cat enjoys making plays for his teammates, which is really good, right? You want a big man to kind of get guys open, and you've seen him on those cuts when Josh Hart's cutting to the basket or OG's cutting to the basket. If Cat is in this groove right now, it's going to be very tough for the Knicks to lose. I still have the Spurs winning. I know we will get to that later, but I think Karl Anthony Towns has found a really good niche at making plays for this team.
Rollo, I'm curious, as you look back at the 3 meetings that San Antonio and New York had during the year, including the NBA Cup championship, how much if anything, can you draw on this?
That's hard to say. First of all, 2 of those games were in 2025. The other one was a blowout at Madison Square Garden. But 2 of those games we got, they were very competitive. I think Wemby was just coming back from injury and came off the bench in the first one.
Correct, 25 minutes.
But if anything, I'm looking forward to it based off the majority of those games I saw.
DC, do you feel like any of those games or results matter?
No, because Wemby was not himself. He didn't play the minutes that you're going to see him play in this series, hopefully.
Key bench pieces were either not on on certain rosters or not in certain roles as they are now.
Absolutely, and both these teams are playing way more confident than they were at this time, right? The Spurs was just trying to figure out if they are one of the better teams in the NBA. And I think them beating OKC kind of gave them that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Knicks, the way they dominated the last 2 series, they feel like, okay, we belong here too as well.
Yep. We're getting ready for the NBA Finals on Wednesday, which means you got to get your schedules ready for the next 4 to 7 games. Every game, this will make it easy for you, tips off at 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific on ABC. Game 1. Wednesday, Game 3. It is time on the Association for Futures Focus, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. We're going to take a closer look at Game 1 of the NBA Finals and some potential prop bets, all right? I'm going to toss a few out to you guys, and then you let me know if you like it or not. You don't have to overthink it, okay? So just first instinct.
Not overthinking is my thing.
Exactly, I'm with you. Okay, so first up, De'Aaron Fox. So the Spurs' other All-Star, we don't want to forget about him, right? He had a tough Western Conference Finals, really more because of his health. He missed games 1 and 2 with the ankle soreness. He did come up big in Game 7 at 15 points, shot 50% from the field. Could he come up even bigger in Game 1 of the Finals and score at least 20 points? Rolo, what do you think? That bet being at plus 190.
No, not happening. I don't think he's healthy enough.
Okay. DC?
I'm going to go yes. I think he's the lone guy that a lot of players or teammates forget about him. You think about Castle and Wemby, but I think De'Aaron Fox can get you 20 sneakily.
All right. Next up, we're going to see about the old rest versus rust debate. 8 days between games for the New York Knicks. Is that enough to cool down Landry Shamet? He enters Game 1 having hit 17 of his last 21 attempts from behind the arc, and he's hit at least 2 threes in 5 of his last 6 games. So, Rolo, do you like Shamet to stay hot from behind the arc in Game 1?
I absolutely do. He's definitely making at least 2 threes, no question about it.
Yeah, DC, you've been harping on the three-pointer really for the whole series, but looking at Shamet specifically, 2 seems...
Landry has it going. Keep giving him the ball in transition. That is easy money. He may get 2 threes in the first half.
Yeah, he's going to try and channel his inner Darren Collison and cash or trash on Monday. Just 2 for 2, and then you're done.
Did that go well?
Perfect from the field, Rolo. Mitchell Robinson, this is a name that you brought up earlier, Rolo. He underwent surgery last week to repair a fracture in the 5th metacarpal of his right hand. It is not just a fractured pinky. It's more serious than that. But he's still expected to give it a go. It is the NBA Finals. He will be wearing a brace. Now, in the Cup Final, he had 15 boards in 18 minutes played. So 6 rebounds for him as a Game 1 number. Do you like that? Do you like him to hit that?
I do.
Okay.
Even hampered, I saw with Isaiah Hartenstein. He was able to get some offensive rebounds. I think Mitch can.
And you said he had 15 boards with all 10?
With all 10.
So with just take one.
Do the math.
Half of that, yeah, he can get 6. That's easy, yes.
Okay, I like that. Karl Anthony Towns now. He's doubled his average in assists from the regular season to the post. And so now the Knicks are running the offense through him a little bit more. So 6 assists per game entering the NBA Finals. He's recorded at least 5 assists in 9 of the Knicks' 14 playoff games. So, Rolo, do you like him to get at least 5 in Game 1?
I'm picking the Spurs to win, so no, I don't think he will.
Well, okay, no, but all right.
You see, no, but I think he's not going to.
They go hand in hand.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I see your vision.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. I think he's done a great job of playmaking from the elbows, and I think why stop now? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the offense is going to continue to run through Karl Anthony Towns, if not Jalen Brunson, and he'll have about 6 or 7 assists.
got to score points to win. You got to pass the ball to the scorer to score the points. He's not going to do it. The Knicks aren't going to win game 1.
That is generally how the game does work like that. So the next up, we have the Spurs 20-year-old, and that's the number 2 pick coming off the bench, Dylan Harper. Do you think he scores 10.5, more than 10.5 points in games? Does he get 11? You know, they don't handle half.
Does he get 11?
Does he get 11?
Does he get 10.5? 10.5 might be a problem, but 11, yes, he's getting 11.
Okay, so Rolo, you like that at minus 112. DC, are you with them?
I love that, yes, because I think there's nobody in the second unit on the New York side that's going to be able to get in front of Dylan Harper when he gets downhill.
It all ties back to cash or trash. Yesterday, Tristan, he missed a shot in going through the hoop, but it hit the backboard and then fell into the bucket, so Caesar awarded him a half point.
Goodness.
So, you know, if we amend the NBA Finals rules, the cash or trash
PT, I see you.
then maybe it's a push, but that's not going to happen. All right, next one is a little bit, this one's got some juicy odds. I want to see what you think. You paint a scenario here, okay? The Knicks come out a little rusty. They haven't played for 8-9 days. Spurs, meanwhile, pumped up, riding high after that 7-game win on the road in Oklahoma City, and they blow out the Knicks in game 1. If you're buying this scenario, the Spurs winning by 21 points or more is plus 675. You're going to buy that or you're going to sell that scenario?
No, I'm selling.
Okay, you like the Spurs to win, but not by that much.
Yes, Vegas knows what it's doing. No, they're not going to win by more than 21.
They do tend to know.
I'm with Robin. Look, let's not disrespect the Knicks here. Their defense is incredibly good, and it has as of late in these last couple of series leading into the finals. It's going to be a close game. I do have the Spurs winning, but they're not going to win by 20.
I'm not alone in saying this in the lead up to the series. You want a long one. You want an epic series here, an epic 7-game series. There have been 20 Game 7s in the 79-year history of the NBA Finals. And that includes last year with OKC defeating Indy. Before that, you got to go back to 2016 when LeBron's Cavs, of course, came back and beat the Warriors. The Spurs have a Game 7 loss to the Heat. That was in 2013. And a Game 7 win against the Pistons back in 2005. So the Knicks defeated the Lakers in Game 7 back in 1970, but then lost in Game 7 of the 94 finals to Hakeem and the Rockets. So, is this one going 7 games in 2026?
No. It's going to be 5 games.
5?
After all that buildup, I'm sorry.
Don't want to disrespect the Knicks.
I said they...
Gentleman's sweep, sorry. You're right.
I'm sorry. You put a lot of work into that buildup. I'm sorry to tear it down so fast. But no, it's not going to 7.
Steven, we don't need no more Game 7s at this point. Last series with OKC was enough.
What do you mean we don't need to speak for yourself, DC?
The Knicks fans, can you imagine them going into a Game 7, how they will feel?
I can't. Can you imagine the content that would produce?
It would be crazy. But leading up to it, I mean, just the narratives that will go around, let's just end it in 6.
All right, selfish motivations for yours truly. That's going to do it for us in this edition of Futures Focus, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. We're going to be right back here on the Association. 5 games. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We're going to count down the top 5 postseason plays from the Spurs so far. Game 7 in OKC. Isaiah Hartenstein, the steal. Oh, Luke Cornett.
Look at my man Luke.
Did you have Luke Cornett with the biggest block of this series, not Wemby?
Absolutely, I did.
Number 4, West Finals, Game 4. Less than 4 seconds to the half. Wemby, half court.
Easy.
I mean, the free throw.
Some mid-range to him.
Relatively.
Absolute machine. Let me just get to my spot here. Center court. Number 3, Game 6 of the West Finals, Carter Bryant. Look out.
CB, get on that rim.
You didn't have to pull it back like that.
We appreciate that he did. That sent Frostbank into a frenzy. Number 2, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Steph Castle gives it to Wemby.
That's a free throw, Tim.
Tie game in overtime.
That's when everybody thought the series was over.
That's a huge shot.
It wasn't the number 1 play. Got to go to Game 2. Steph Castle. Rock the rim.
My goodness.
I love how ISO Joe got out the way, made a business decision. You take it, big man.
It's all you, Isaiah. You got it. Oh, I thought you had it. Woo. Woo. I know that's
good try. I appreciate your hustle. Isaiah Hartenstein saying thank you.
Here's what's at stake for San Antonio. They're in the finals for the first time in 12 years and seeking the franchise's 6th NBA championship, which would tie them with Chicago for the 4th most all-time. Only the Celtics, Lakers, and Warriors would have more at that point. What we have right now, our guy Chris Haynes in San Antonio with Devin Vassell.
Here with San Antonio Spurs guard Devin Vassell, the 3-and-D guy, does a little bit of everything for the Spurs. D, you just talked about before we got on air. You said you can't wait for tomorrow. Well, why is that, D?
I mean, we in the NBA Finals. There's nothing else to talk about. I mean, being a young kid, watching these games, just something special to be a part of. And for the city of San Antonio, how much love they've been showing. I'm just ready to get out here and show the fans, put on the show.
Dev, I've been covering this league for about 17 years now. And typically, a team that's on the rise, when they finally get to the NBA Finals, they've been through playoff rigors. They've been through, ups and downs. We didn't see this coming from you guys. How were you guys able to accelerate that learning curve?
Not skipping any steps, honestly. Mitch talked about it from the beginning of the season. We're just going to walk this season down, and that's what we've done. Just focus on each game at a time. And we feel like, honestly, during the regular season, we went through a lot. I mean, playing against the defending champs at their spot, big games. Like we've been through a lot this whole season, and then through the playoffs, we played some really good teams with some great experience. So we feel like no moment is too big for us, and we're ready to go.
You talked about the big moments you guys went through this season, but even before those big moments, an assistant coach that I won't name on the Spurs, he told me that there was something special about this team back in October. He said that you guys had a belief and confidence that you guys can do something special. What did you see then in October that made you have belief that you guys could potentially be right here, right now?
I mean, even in September when we were playing open gym, I mean, it was tough. Everybody was cooking, but we were all clicking. I mean, like I said, beginning of September, we had pretty much 18 guys in the gym ready to go. We pretty much had our whole roster, and we feel like that's one of the biggest things for us. It's just that we've just been so connected from the beginning of the season. There's no egos. Everybody's just, as long as we're winning, we're all doing good, and that's all that matters.
What is it about Wemby? I know we talk about him all the time. A lot of us really don't know him, but what is it about Wemby that most people probably don't know about the guy? What does he do for this team? How does he galvanize you guys?
He's selfless. No matter how much attention, no matter everybody knows his name, he's selfless. He wants everybody to eat, and he's the ultimate competitor. So there's not a day we go out there on the court where he's not locked in, and we feel like we all just follow suit. So coming from everybody not having an ego, and it starts from Vic not having an ego, and just trickling down the line, it just shows that we're all just competing for each other, and we all want to win the same thing.
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of? They said the same thing about Tim Duncan when he came. They said when it was known or notified that Tim Duncan was going to be a guy that Coach Popovich can get on in front of everybody and take it, that forced everybody else to follow suit. And that's something that that's something along the lines of what you're saying as well.
Yeah, I mean, we all hold Vic to a certain standard, and it doesn't matter. It could be the 18th guy on the bench. If you see something, we saying something to him, and he's able to, hear it, and he responds to it. So it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, as long as you have the right intention, we're all trying to win here. If you see something, we say something to him, and he accepts it.
All right, D. Your opponent, the New York Knicks. Yep. And you had your work cut out for you last series. You offensively, you had to produce, be able to hit that open three, but you also had to defend SGA on the other side. I'm pretty sure you're going to be matched up with Jalen Brunson a few possessions a game. What is that going to be like for you?
I mean, it's exciting playing against some of the best players in the world. Honestly, it's a great opportunity. But I mean, we're not just here to compete. I'm ready to be disruptive. To get into them. It's gonna be some battles for sure. But I just don't want anything easy for them, and I want them to feel sped up. So I'm excited, watching some film. I'm just ready for it.
Yeah. Have you looked at the history? The last time the Knicks were in the NBA Finals, it was against you guys. Has the coaching staff or anybody, Pop or anybody, talk to you guys about the history of 1999, the last time you guys faced each other in the finals?
Honestly, it hasn't been much, truthfully. I see certain things and hear about certain things, but we're just talking about right now in current day. So we're excited for the matchup now. I mean, to be in this position is a blessing, but we're not just excited to be here, ready to win it all.
Rudy Gay, my partner colleague here at NBA TV, said you guys are close. He said he has a message for you. Go out there and compete and play your game. To hear something like that from Rudy, man, I know you got a lot of other NBA guys and former guys that's rooting for you. Want to see you do well. What does that mean to you?
That's OG right there. He's seen me from literally day one. I went to work out with him over the summers. Like, we spent a lot of time together, and he knows a lot of basketball, so I appreciate him. And there's not anybody else I'd rather have in my ear, truthfully.
Dev, I can't wait, just like you can't wait, man. Hey.
Come on, let's get this game going. I'm so excited to play right now. I want to play today.
Dev, best of luck, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Oh, we appreciate the time, Devin Vassell and Chris Haynes. He's got the top on the swag going, see Haynes on this media day down in San Antonio. But, yeah, we're all itching for game one on Wednesday. In the meantime, we're just kind of yapping to kill time. But
I never yap to kill time.
No, you read. You read to kill time, yeah. You learn yourself a thing or two, right?
I try to.
Yeah, So I want you to learn, the people at home, a thing or two about the bench battle that we have between these two teams. Not that the benches will be the be-all and end-all in this NBA Finals, but if you had to kind of do a tail of the tape and focus on the bench, how would it play out in your respective minds? Rollo, I'll start with you.
So that's interesting, because I thought in the Western Conference Finals, the Thunder were going to have the edge there with the Spurs injuries.
Yeah, and they dominated in terms of bench points.
Right, yeah. This is tough, too, because I think one thing Coach Brown has done with the Knicks, he's done a great job of getting the most out of all the players in his rotation. That said, I think I've got to go with the Spurs on this case.
They do have the sixth man of the year, right? And Keldon Johnson, who's coming off of not his favorite series, but he did finish it strong. If you look at the conference finals, against Oklahoma City, and we know how good they are, not just offensively, but defensively. The Spurs bench averaged 28.6 points per game. In the Eastern Conference Finals against Cleveland, the Knicks bench 28.5 points per game. So different competition, but similar production, really similar production.
Well, when you look at the Knicks, they have two players that are really good off their bench, Landry Shamet and Deuce McBride, that heavily rely on the three. Whereas the Spurs, you have Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson, they can get downhill, even though they can shoot the three. And so they can impact the game a little bit better than the Landry Shamet or Deuce McBride. So that's why I have the Spurs bench being the difference maker, because of the two guys that I just mentioned, their asset and what they can bring off the bench. And I think Dylan Harper, when he's playing at a high level and he's giving you 10 to 16 points, it's been very tough for the Spurs to lose.
A part of the bench for New York, you figure, is going to be Mitchell Robinson, and we talked about when he's at his best, he is a menace on the boards, and he can tip this series in a way. You see him. This is footage from practice on Tuesday. He's got his right hand wrapped up, going to fracture the fifth metacarpal. So, how much of a concern is that for you when it comes to Robinson, or is it like, hey, it's the finals, I'm not worried about it at all?
It's not too much of a concern for me. We know what his strengths are. He's not a great free throw shooter. He's not somebody who's going to be catching the ball on the block, putting up hook shots and stuff. He's going out there. He's going to be 6 fouls they can use against Wemby, somebody that can rough him up. And we've seen Mitchell Robinson go into series and tilt the edge, change his series just by being a physical offensive rebounder, even against some elite bigs in the league, like you just saw what he did against Joel Embiid there, the Cavs front line with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. That's all they're asking for him when he goes up against Wemby, Luke Kornet, the Spurs.
These are two of the better rebounding teams in the league meeting in the finals. We look at Robinson's numbers and the field goal percentage leaders this postseason, and he's close to 74%. But when it comes to the boards, the Knicks are 4th in offensive rebounds, 7th in defensive rebounds, and then the Spurs 1st in defensive rebounds and 10th in offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I think for Mitch, like you said, I think he would change the game because of his physical presence. Defensively, I'm not worried about him. It's the offensive side that I'm worried about him, because considering the hand, you got to figure they're going to hack a Mitch at some point, throughout the game, and that can kind of junk up the series. You know, Greg Popovich was known for somebody to do that to even to Shaq. Right? So you know they got to be talking about it in some lengths in the coaching meeting to do the same thing with Mitchell Robinson.
I can't help but think of that clip of the Spurs fouling Shaq, and then Shaq looking down and Pop going.
The first play of the game, right?
Yeah, the first play of the game. That was classic. So now we go from boards to blocks, as in not on his block.
New York City for the first time since 1999.
And NBA history has just been made. The New York Knicks are the first 8 seed to ever make the NBA Finals.
New York Knicks have won 10 in a row, one of the great runs in NBA playoff history, and tonight they have a chance to clinch a finals berth for the first time in 27 years.
There's a level of desperation that group has. We have to do it for 48 minutes. We can't give them any hope. And it starts with the first play.
I remember where I was in '99, but most of these guys either weren't born or they were real little. And you look at this group, they play really well together and they're really comfortable with each other.
Thousands of Knicks fans here in Cleveland, Ohio, hoping to see their team win the Eastern Conference Championship.
We've got to get stops. Get out and run.
Mobley at the foul line, steps toward the cup, double team comes. Allen got blocked by Towns off the backboard.
Anunoby, nice feed inside, and Towns with the flush.
They bond together. You know, they're a team. It's not one individual person doing it. It's at the collective of the group.
Shamet, three-pointer, bang! Landry Shamet is now 12 of 13 from three-point range in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Jalen is a special player.
Brunson falling away, puts it up, puts it in.
Every time I watch him and the things that he does, you know, I'm in awe.
Jalen Brunson, we've changed the direction and the perception of the Knicks franchise. It's over. Believe it, Knicks fans, for the first time in 27 years, the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals.
And Knicks fans all over the country are celebrating their team being in the NBA Finals.
Go! New York! Go! It's pandemonium! It's euphoria! It's nothing but New York joy!
Hey, it's a dream come true, baby. Long time coming. Hell yeah. Keep going, man. Get to New York.
It is impossible to dream too big about what this team could accomplish.
Every single one of the guys on the team has sacrificed. Every single one of the guys believe in each other and the process, and they all hold me and each other accountable. Just a heck of a group.
Love.
The winner of the Larry Bird Trophy, the 2026 Eastern Conference Finals Most Valuable Player by unanimous decision, Jalen Brunson.
They give me the confidence. They let me be me. I think most importantly, we all believe in each other from top to bottom. It's an honor to play with them, honestly.
Oh, we on to the finals. Oh, we got 4 more. Are you ready? It's amazing. It's special.
Sounds pretty unreal.
It's great, but a lot more work to do. We're going to enjoy this one tonight. Have a bunch of fun with our families. And I'm excited to get back in the gym tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
It all leads to Wednesday night in San Antonio, the Knicks and Spurs, Game 1 of the 2026 NBA Finals, the first 2 in Texas. Then it's up to the Garden for Games 3 and 4 and potentially Game 6. And we just got a little taste in that last piece what New York is going to be like once this series gets going. Layout.
Lopez always has been known as a good defender.
Good effort by Robin Lopez.
Robin Lopez denies the shot.
The key has been the defense.
Look at his defense here.
Shot rejected by Rolo. Key to all of this has been Robin Lopez.
Now that the finals are set, everybody's excited about who's going to score the most points, who's going to hit the most. No. You know I don't care about all that. Show me the blocks, right?
Yes, I love it.
As you know,
I love it.
The most frequent visitor of this segment is Monsieur Wemby. So, in honor of him reaching the finals, let's take a little look back at his best blocks of the postseason. This is not on my block. Indicion Wemby. We'll start in Game 4 of the conference finals. Now check this out. Chet Holmgren's trying to put his team on their back. But no, this is Wemby we're talking about. No. So we know exactly what happened. Now, check this out. It was like that all series long for Chet Holmgren, unfortunately. I hope he can enjoy this summer because that would be haunting me for the June, July, August, the entirety.
I think that the roll into your segment was haunting DC. It took him back to the back.
I haunt a lot of people, but not in the way Wemby does. It's a very different, more visceral, more terrifying manner.
Yes.
Now that we're done joking, for a split second we have Bones Highland. You remember the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I do.
They played the Spurs. Bones Highland thinks he's got a lane, but check out Wemby. Here he goes once, twice. I want to watch this again. He goes, first hand kind of gets half. Are those not 2 blocks right there?
That might count as 2 blocks, to be honest.
Right, we got to get an official statistician in here.
1.
Yeah, I'm being told he had 12 in that game. Is that 12 with, or is that 13? 13's unlucky, so maybe we'll roll with the 12, I guess, right?
Okay. Keep it rolling, Rolo.
Okay. Well, back to the Western Conference Finals. In Game 2, Jalen Williams was trying to will his team to a victory, but Wemby was there for the game-sealing block. And we'll see it eventually. I wanted you to see his reaction afterwards. He's just released of the burn. I hope they show it. He had his hands on his hips. He was like,
is this the infamous stand?
Yeah.
Oh, the pose.
No.
They're going to be showing that for the next 20 to 30 years.
Man.
It was like Bradley BLS, right?
It was very Bradley BLS. Last but not least, we're going all the way back to round 1. Remember round 1, Game 5 versus the Blazers?
Not long ago.
And here we have Denny Advia dancing in the lane, but of course Wemby's there to say, no.
Oh my God.
He sends the ball into the crowd. I think we get a reaction from his dad. He's one proud papa. Check this out. Maybe we don't. But anyway, I think we know who the dad is on that floor. It's like a little kid playing basketball against his father, isn't it? No.
Does that conclude the segment, Rolo?
No, not quite. I have some surprises for you this time.
Oh, I can't wait.
The finals we're talking about.
Yes.
So we have an honorable mention. The man who puts vanilla in French vanilla. Luke Cornett, unfortunately here, he turns the ball over, but watch him hustle it back on Isaiah Hartenstein. Pins it against the backboard. That was a big stretch where Wemby was out of the game. Oklahoma City was making a little bit of push, and check out that Wemby reaction from the sidelines. That's kind of World War II, we can do it. I love it.
I mean, honorable mention. Again, when you can make a strong case, that's the biggest block of the postseason.
I know, right?
Yeah.
From the vanilla half of French vanilla. Remember that name? Remember that connection? It's going to go down in history of these finals. Mark my words. Now, that's something that got me kind of hungry talking about ice cream and everything at the end. So
I'm wrong.
I want to send it to break. We're going to be back. Don't worry. We'll have more on the association. But I got to get some snackies first.
Let's go, Robin.
No. Where's my ice cream? No.
I knew we were getting Chalamet in that piece at some point. Chalamet and Stiller. Here's what's at stake for the New York Knicks. First of all, the health and well-being of the city of New York. That is at stake. All right, they're trying to snap a 53-year drought. Their last title in 1973. New York is 2-6 all-time in the finals. The only other win aside from 73 was in 1970. So a win would tie them for the 6th most championships behind Boston, LA, Golden State, Chicago, and San Antonio. All right, back inside the studio, DC studios, because we got another breakdown as we get another day closer to the NBA Finals. Yep. So a lot of the conversation, and we're guilty of it too, is, hey, how can New York combat Victor Wembanyama? Well, what about Jalen Brunson on the other side? Because I think that is a huge portion of the game plan of this series, too. So as you watch the film between these two teams, how do you feel like Brunson is going to factor in?
Well, we all know how special Brunson is offensively, but one of the things that I want us to look at, we pause real quick right here, is how can we target, if you're Mitch Johnson and you're telling the guys, how can we target Jalen Brunson into the pick and roll, whether he's guarding the pick and roll actions or he's going to be the recipient of getting this screen by Luke Cornett, as you can see right here. And the more you screen Jalen Brunson, the more you make him work, the better the Spurs will be successfully on the offense end. So we continue to go through this clip right here. Luke Cornett gets a body on him. Look, Jalen Brunson doesn't want to work that much defensively. He does a lot for them offensively, so you got to target him defensively. Another good flare screen right here. You want to target as much as you can in transition, and that's why Champagne, I think he had about like 10 threes or 11 threes that game, right? If we stop right here, now the other action is getting Jalen Brunson to guard the pick and roll action, right? We call this a 3-5 pick and roll, where the 3-man would set the pick and roll for Wemby, which would be Harrison Barnes, because Jalen Brunson is guarding him. We can play it right here. You've seen this action for KD, Dirk Nowitzki. Now, Jalen Brunson at 6'2" has to deal with a 7'5" guy. That's hard for anybody, right? To get down to the paint. This is one way you can target positive right here. This is another way. Now we're going back to the 3-5 action. This is what you're going to be seeing a lot, America, is Harrison Barnes or whoever Jalen Brunson's guarding, they're going to be setting the pick on Wemby. So now Jalen Brunson has to guard Wemby into the pick and roll. So if we play it right here, you got to make him work. Set the screen. Wemby comes off, rejects. He's going downhill against a 6'2" guard. And look, Jalen Brunson doesn't want to get a foul. And that's another clever way for Wemby, the Spurs, to be aggressive offensively, is you want to make Jalen Brunson work. He's great offensively, right? But the best offensive players, you have to make them work defensively to not let them get any rest on the defense end.
So you know who else has watched that? Is Mike Brown. What's been his specialty and his calling card throughout his career?
That's a great question. I know exactly what his specialty is. What is it, DC?
I have no idea.
But defensive side of the ball, you'd want...
Oh, defense. Right? Okay, that's where you're going.
Defense?
Okay.
Defense. It's defense. I knew it. DC, how'd you not know that? Come on.
Honestly, I started to second guess myself there. So if you guys are now Mike Brown watching that film, what are you then telling the gang as you guys get ready for this series to counteract that?
Well, you obviously, once you're aware of it, the first thing I thought of, especially when seeing those big little pick and rolls, if you're the big, you got to get through it. I saw Mitchell Robinson, Cal, I think, was on one of them. He was a little late recognizing the screen, getting himself in a position, and that at the bad end of the pick and roll.
Yeah, look, I mean, when you go to a 3-5 pick and roll matchup, when Jalen Brunson's in it, it's very hard to guard when you have a 7'5" coming at your 6'2" guard. So there's not much they can do. I mean, Robin said it best, like, as a big, you have to get through the screen. But once you get through that screen and Wemby's coming downhill, it may be already too late.
That is a great look. That we appreciate Darren Collison and the crew kind of pouring through the film.
Oh, they did a good job in the back, guys.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. So next up, we're going to go down to San Antonio. We're here in Los Angeles. We're far cry away from the action there ahead of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Not only Chris Haynes there first in the association, but DeAndre Jordan sitting down with Stephon Castle. Here's a little excerpt of their conversation.
Some people outside of the organization suggested that you guys are too young for this moment. How do you think you guys have reacted and responded to that?
I think we used it as fuel and kind of blocked it out. But, I mean, other people's opinions on us doesn't really affect how we play or, you know, how we approach the game. I think our competitiveness and our confidence is what got us this far, no matter how old we are or young we are. Right. So, yeah, I think it's going to continue to lead us to great spots like this.
You'll be able to watch the full sit-down interview with DeAndre and Castle on Wednesday's edition of the Association. That show tips off at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, right here on NBA TV and the NBA app as we get set for the first